Hey guys. Doing a bit of a random video here, for zombies in fact, which might surprise you. Well, the first prestige level 31, which is an alright level for zombies really. Not a lot of people play zombies regularly, so I guess it's sort of an achievement. Shadows of Evil can be frustrating for quite a few people, and usually not really frustrating for some of the more experienced zombies players that used to sweat the good old Bops 2 zombies back in the day. And of course the Bops 1 zombies as well. Let's not forget about those amazing maps, which I hope they bring to Black Ops 3. But Shadows of Evil can be frustrating if you don't know certain train techniques. Some people like to call it a rape train, I just call it a train. Yeah, simple formalities really. But when you learn these certain techniques, you increase your survivability by a lot. Like, it's a whole lot easier to survive when you know how to train properly. Not very good, so it's not showing off. Yeah, average rounds per game is 12. Round would be solo round 34. I did get to wave 46 once, but that was never fucking recorded because my game crashed. Bring up a screenshot right now, you'll see my achievement. But yeah, whatever, it's a given.
You are cursed.
So obviously we're just doing a basic starting off of the game.
I can hear you. Jeez, are you the one I
Generally
saw?
what people do is they open a door, then they go beast mode. And this is really everything that you do. So you run around and you activate these certain points. And if you do it very efficient, you can do absolutely everything in your current district. I think there's a certain way you can sort of do some pixel-based glitching on the ledges there to get out of here without using 500 points. But it's a bit sweaty and I haven't actually gotten to that point yet. On that level of sweat. But what we're going to do is we're going to buy the LK9. The KIRM's definitely viable as your first weapon out, but I just like the automatic factor. Alternatives, what the hell is going on there? So we just do our first ritual on round 1, which is super easy. It's so hard to mess this up if you activate the ritual on round 1 because you just knife. In the very early rounds. So the first district I usually like to go through is the Waterfront district, because it's the hardest out of the 3 other rituals. Or the hardest ritual out of all 4. So a little bit of lag there, and then you just go beast mode. Now with the beast mode in this district, you cannot do everything, I don't think. So you can only sort of go up there, and then melee that, step back, get a run up, jump, and then you do a sprint finish all the way over to this door. And then there we go. That's generally... Ooh, that was a bit of dramatic lag. But that's generally the most effective way to do this area. Oh, I got Jug. That's cool. Not that I actually buy it at this stage, surprisingly. Probably sounds a bit mental, I know, but you know what I mean. I also didn't get the Fumigator, just to show.
You really have made a mess.
May as well grab it if the round's gonna end very soon.
Most magic of spells.
So you don't have enough for the second door, which is 1250. But we're gonna farm points as quick as we can, because the drop would have despawned eventually. We'll get that ritual over and done with.
Trophies and trinkets, they mean nothing.
So yeah, we don't really want to open that portal room instead of this door this early on. There's actually no point, because this isn't our final district to do the rituals in. But we'll just begin the ritual here. And the LK9 obviously has a much quicker fire rate than the KRM, and kills them quicker because they have very low health. That is why automatic weapons are generally the guns to get the job done in the early rounds. Of course, semi-automatic is more useful in the later rounds, because they are generally more powerful, more ammo efficient would probably be the word. Which the KRM does a much better fucking job at it. I could have got the first eye as soon as it spawned, but obviously it was very slow on the uptake. Make sure you headshot those zombies once you've got the gun. Oh, once you're using your automatic gun or semi-automatic, because you get 40 more points. And then he opens up the last bit, and you can kill him up here every time. Easy. Always drops the heart. Kill. I don't really care. We're gonna replace the Bloodhound with the HVK, the supposedly best assault rifle for zombies that you can buy off the wall right now. Or the Pack-a-Punch, I mean. Now with this bit, if you're real quick, you can just sort of get that and then go up there. And you can do absolutely everything in this district except the boxes, obviously, which I can't be arsed with. Just jump up here, don't mess up that jump. If you don't mess up the jump, you've got it in the bag. All marks, full marks in the bag, lads. Grapple over there, electrocute, and that's as efficient as it gets, if I'm honest. Don't really care about the fucking statues, because by the time we get the sword, there's actually no point. I suppose if you got the sword in the early rounds, or the earlier rounds, it would be a much better idea. Yell. Yeah, that's the end. Nukes everyone. Let's get this gate worm and let's get the heck out of here. I actually hate this district, not because the district is difficult, and this is probably one of the easier districts actually. It is. It's just you can't do the whole thing in one bosh. Like, I can get the portal room open, the item open, then you have to electrocute this, and then you cannot get up here in time. You find every zombie shield part in the first stage, so after clearing a 1000-point door to open the district, and then you find every fuse part every third and final stage beyond the 1250-point doors.
Clicking sound?
So the fuse part is like sort of beyond the door there. Hopefully you can see it. That you clear for another 1250 points, I believe, and that leads to the fuse part. And then the same applies for the door at the train station and the waterfront, and the door from this train station to the walkway over in this district. Pap, done and dusted. Best to do those rituals as early on as possible. It's just part of the list. I'm gonna grab that while we still can. There we go. Pop the first eye. Brilliant. I'm gonna get out of here because this place is a fucking death trap. We'd have to escape from the top. Right. HVK is actually pretty perfect for this job. It is really about that fire rate in the early rounds, and then that's about that. That was very simple. We should drop something. Max ammo, I'll take it. Then I can use up the shit on here. Those fuckers are dead. Yeah, so we've got a few points here. Now we have to get those perks for defo. I think I'll get stamina up, maybe? First. Because I'm lazy. No, I'll get Jug. It's just standard practice. Jug was over here too. In fact, I buy it quite a lot. I have to get the Fumigator now. In preparation for when I get the Xenomatter, and then I'll have the Wormhole Gun, which basically allows us to get out of all sorts of sticky situation. So Pack-a-Punch the HVK here. And I'll probably get a repack. But yeah, we're already getting those nice juicy trains going. And the red hex camo, which is nice, because I'm definitely permanently unlocking this weapon. It's a beast. Absolute beast. If I get rapid fire on it, who knows what sort of adventures I'll be going on. Max ammo. Alright, so I'm just gonna waste all my ammo. It's not really wasting. Boosh. Right, let's repack. Get a nice repack on it. They're all good in their own sort of way. I'll take that. Blast Furnace is pretty nice. And then we're gonna pap the Man of War. We'll try and get him on the spawn. Oh my god, the Man of War's recall is dog. Can I get him? Yes, I did. Don't think I want to be here for when the Mogwai comes. He's going to be running as well. Oh boy, if only I had him in plain sight now. I can make it across the wall before someone spawns. Right, definitely a risky bet there, but we're out. What a horrible room to be in. Believe me, I survived until like wave 30s, wall running around that fucking room. I'm not even sure how I survived. Fucking mystery. I've died so many times just because I fell off. For stupid reasons. Right, that was a really stupid bet. Do not use that as part of any strategy that I go through in this video, because that is not a strategy, that is desperation. You'll get used to it, believe me. So we're gonna run around, of course. For a little bit. Of course, I use the speed difference. I knew he was going to trigger the area of effect attack there. It's all about those timings. Let's see what he drops. Probably a nuke. Which is exactly what I don't want. So, oh, max ammo. Thank you. Very nice. So let's showcase the Blast Furnace repack. Get him into a nice nifty little pack. Right. So this technique, right, what I'm doing right here is what I call rubber banding. If you run in opposite directions in one straight line, and that was a bit shit because I almost got trapped behind the cart, but that rarely happens in fact, you can get them to garner up into a line, but they still don't hit you because you're sprinting. It's a bit hard to explain, but I can just Blast Furnace or trigger, and then every single one of them dies. Every one of them. Basically, you nuke every zombie on the map that way. And that's why I also like Blast Furnace, because it's useful in that sense. Dead Wire and Turned is more useful for if you're in like if you're trying to kill a horizontal line. Blast Furnace and Thunder Wall. I'm just trying to think. What would be the other one? Is there another one? I don't know, my brain's sort of switched off. They're just sort of suited towards groups like this. And this triggers so often, you know. So, we're already beginning the strategies now. We've gotten further enough into the game where we have to do trains because they're all running at a running pace. So it's actually worth it to do trains, and it is the way we survive in. Not really sure when we're going to get that fucking wonder weapon, because we've had shit luck. But I'll live with it. Oh boy, he's sprinting at the speed I am walking. That is a bit dodgy. So, we're doing some sort... Oh my god, we got it! Sweet. So we can get that wonder weapon very quickly. Right now, they're coming out of all sorts of awkward places. I can't really type them into a group just yet. But yeah, as you can see, I aimed down, instinctively, sort of. But I made it through. We're going to do it in this direction, instead of anti-clockwise. We're doing this in clockwise. Because it's actually better for gunning them into a group. I really don't want to put them around this pillar, but I saw them am forced to. So we're going to use rubber banding. Run to the opposite sides. They can't touch me. And look at that. They're in a nice, nifty little group. I'm going to use the HVK because I want to get attachments on it. And we'll kill them all by Blast Furnace. All dead. Pretty nice. And then we'll do sort of figure of 8 around the zombie. Go backwards. Remember, backwards is always an option. You don't have to go forwards, go backwards. They're all trying to follow you and you only. They're not going to find some smart way to go around your side or something. They are always following behind you, so think of it as if you're pulling a string, and you're trying to string it in a figure of 8, which is what I did earlier. It was a very small one, in fact. I don't know if I'll have a large-scale figure of 8 that I can show off. All the rubber banding, like you're stringing it so the string's closer together, and then you go around and it's all in one circle. Just think of it in a physical sort of way. It may be hard for you to think of it in that sort of analogy. But that's literally how it goes. And what the hell? I think I just got attachments for this weapon because I set off Blast Furnace and then I changed weapon and then it transferred the XP to the equipped weapon. That's sort of interesting. If you did a more relaxed approach to your training, you wouldn't have that problem, but I'm just trying to get him into a group very quickly. Or quicker than it usually would be. So, and then we just one tap so that it triggers. Nice, got max ammo. It's nice. And yeah, this is really simple. Basically, I've barely been hit. Have I even been hit in the past like 5 minutes? Pretty nice. And I've been running through all sorts of loopholes and everything. So yeah, just nice little pops there. Get the nuke for the 400 points. Hello, mate. Yeah, there we go. That was very simple. So it's generally very easy once you know where to get the parts to get the wonder weapon. This is like the second best place, really. If you build in a place that is the I'll take that. If you build in the downtown, the downtown's such a shit place as well. I've tried doing runarounds there, and it's just suicidal on all levels. If you've got a Mogwai chasing after you, it's basically certain death, which is horrible, really. Different points, fairly common running. As you can tell, my instinct knew that at that speed I'd be able to run through, and I did, and I survived. So it really is practice makes perfect when it comes to doing this kind of stuff. But now we're just walking in a circle. Well, not really. We're gonna pop the blast furnace. Got hit though. Take that, take that. So we're going to get many weapon levels on the HVK. So this general area here is where you sort of run around, and you basically, yeah, rubber band. See, that is exactly when you do the rubber band, and thank God I had the zombie shield there because I kind of flopped. But you do the rubber band if there is no areas for you to run past, okay? And you just make an opportunity for yourself. That's the best part about learning this strategy. I picked up on it naturally after many hours of fucking failing in a, I think it was town. Oh, I got rapid fire unlocked. Town on Black Ops 2 on transit. Doing many runarounds there, you get to learn a lot of strategies, because in that map all you're doing is doing runarounds. You don't ever camp if you want to get to those high rounds and you want to get shotgun rank, which I did end up getting in the end. But that just goes to show how much time I've put into zombies, really. Old FPS fucking drags to go through. Okay, see, facing towards me. But yes, the fucking Mogwai does in fact look towards you when it spawns, and you should exploit that, but not if you're on the fucking place I was doing runarounds at. Don't be afraid of failure. I may have gone down just then, but I'm not ashamed enough that I'm not going to put it in the video, because I think it conveys a message that I suck at this fucking game. We are going to finish with some liquid divinium randomization. So let's put all three in there for the best chance. I don't think I got a lot of good stuff. Aftertaste, sure. It's not terrible, I guess. Let's have a look at what I actually got. So, non-expendable. Yeah, so we got more aftertaste. We got wall power, automatically pack punches the next gun I buy off the wall, which is quite nice, actually, since I always get the HVK as my next weapon after the LK9 or the KRM. Yeah, I've had Perkaholic 2 times, which is actually very lucky. But yes, I should be making a video on the Gobble Gum at a later date to tell you what is the most effective and the least effective Gobble Gums based off the type of effectiveness that they boost. Like survivability, it makes you survive more, because there's no Gobble Gum that really enhances maneuverability. But combat readiness, sure. Can fire while sprinting, that's another classic Gobble Gum that you can get. Definitely not something you'd permanently unlock, but if you've got it available, you may want to put it in your arsenal. Or suppression. Suppressive effect is more accurate. But yes, I'll definitely be doing videos on the Gobblegum, so if you want more zombie vids, you know who to subscribe to.
I love those dear hearts and gentle people who live in my hometown, because those dear hearts and gentle people will never ever let you down. They read the good book from Friday till Monday. That's how the weekend goes. I've got a dream house I'll build there one day with picket fence and ramble.